Hello friends, I am Dinesh Vohra. Good evening to you all. Today we'll be speaking on the subject of personal brand. Be your own storyteller. This subject is a very unique subject. The reason is that branding basically is associated with the services or the products. But can people also be brand? Can people also be treated as a brand? Can they also be considered in that category? These are the questions we will be answering through this webinar. First of all, a lot of people have joined us. So in case my voice is not reaching you, or in case there is a problem, please let us know so that things can be corrected by our technical staff here. I think now only few people have come, but more will be joining, so it doesn't matter. Let's start with this. So personal brand, talking about the personal brand. Personal brand means what? As a person, you can excel. As a person, you can leave a mark in this world. As a person, you can be recognized and acknowledged. As a person, you can go miles and miles. And as a person, where people will appreciate you. It means you can create your own niche areas, your own branding in a way which can be acknowledged by the people around you as a very special person. This subject on the personal branding has been a very special subject and close to my heart also. About me, little bit I'd like to tell you. I'm MBA from Nursing Moni Institute of Management Studies. I'm a faculty. I'm a journalist. I write for 3 newspapers on economic issues, political issues, social issues, and scientific issues, or maybe any other issue on the contemporary subjects. Apart from that, I also speak on some of the YouTube channels, and if you put my name there, you can easily search for it, Dinesh K. Vohra. Well, what makes a brand? Why you get acknowledged and recognized? What is so special? Let's start with a simple saying by great Nelson Mandela, what he had said. He had said, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It's our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? These are the beautiful words. In true sense, sometimes we get frightened by the sheer light, not by the darkness. And sometimes it happens that we have got a lot more than we can recognize in ourselves, we can see in ourselves, or we can acknowledge in ourselves. How many times people are not able to quantify themselves? How many times people are not in a position basically to assess their strengths? How many times the people are not able to quantify what they are blessed with? And these factors count a lot. When we see around many people in this world who are recognized, acknowledged for their effectiveness and the prowess, for something special they have got. But what's that something special? There can be many factors which can be very different from other people. And there can be many people who can be acquiring some kind of special traits. I don't know how many times the people have done the SWOT analysis. In simple words, the strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. It's a very powerful management tool. But invariably, I have seen the people fail to assess themselves, fail to assess their real strength. As far as weaknesses are concerned, sometimes it happens that people simply don't acknowledge them. I don't know why it happens. Or maybe they are a bit shy, they are hesitant to speak to the people. Or there might be possibility that people don't want to reveal their weaknesses. Many times when I speak to the people, say on the power of communication, that's one of the biggest, you can say, the power one can have, biggest strength one can have, whether you are speaking to the people in general, or you're speaking in front of camera, or you're shooting something, or maybe as a faculty or in the public meeting. Some of the people can really excel there, impress there. I recollect, I was speaking to a gathering, and I asked them that when you go to the sometimes international conferences, and in the international conferences, very large number of delegates do appear there. They participate in that. And it's normally 2 days, 3 days, 4 days conferences are there. And when large number of participants are there, you get a chance to speak there. Your PPTs are there, your materials are there. But hardly you get 5 to 7 minutes to speak, or maybe less than that. But those 5 to 7 minutes can create a hero inside you. Then you can be acknowledged by the people there for your prowess, your effectiveness, your efficiency, the way you are connecting with the people. And then once you are over, then the people will be flocking to you, to speak to you, to get connected with you, to take your phone numbers and emails. And then you become a hero in just say 5 to 7 minutes time. How come some people make a mark in 5 to 7 minutes? Think. Not easy to answer, but then it's a hard work of a lifetime. How people can get connected, how people can speak so well. Think a person like Obama, when he speaks, he mesmerizes the people. We had our own Prime Minister, late Atal Bihari Vajpayee. When he used to speak, he used to mesmerize the people. And in that way, we can say that communication was there a kind of strong point, extremely strong point. And they capitalized on that one. Not just capitalized, they utilized in a way that it brought them the bigger TRP. So what can be done? What can we do? The most of students who are listening to me here, they can very well think that from here on, we can assess ourselves, we can assess our strengths, and we can also assess our weaknesses. And in case there are weaknesses, we can analyze them, and then we can work on them. Unless you accept, unless you analyze, unless you feel that, yeah, this is wrong here, or this needs some kind of improvement, you can work on that one. And who's the best judge? The people. The people are the best judges. When I speak on my channel on YouTube, the people listen to me and I get a lot of comments on that. Mostly good comments. Sometimes, of course, in the social media, you tend to get the comments which are not of your liking. But then, once you're part of that, when it happens. When we write in newspaper, the columns, editorial page columns on various aspects, what happens then? We get the feedback through letters or the mails. And how people view us. Better you write, better you represent, more objective you are in the life, in the writing or the speakership, you will get the acknowledgement, you will get the respect, you will get the feedback which is positive, productive, and pleasant in the nature. I hope you are getting me. Someone has said, Bijal, Kinjal, your voice is very clear. Thank you very much. God bless you. So the question arises, if we can really sum up our strengths and weaknesses, and then also can assess our opportunities and threats, that means whatever is coming in our way, can we assess it? There will be a lot of threats, there will be a lot of opportunities. And let me tell you, through my experience, that the opportunities do come like cats, the catwalk. No sounds, no voice. You don't know when the opportunity is clicking for you, when the opportunity is knocking your door. And when the cat is gone, that time you realize the opportunity was there and I have missed it. It means how many people are in a position to accept or acknowledge that there wasn't a so-called opportunity. How many people can really recognize that opportunity is coming their way? But the people who are great, people who are big, people who tend to become big, or people who tend to become different, they don't always wait for the opportunities, they create the opportunities. Let me give an example, a small illustration. Say, I'm a person 60 plus age. That's true? Okay. And I wanted to do something apart from the newspapers as a journalist, something on the YouTube. And some of the youngsters told me, just a few months back, I started around 4.5 months, that this is the domain of youngsters, 15-year-old, 18-year-old, 20-year-old, 22-year-old. And I smiled, I did not say anything, as is my habit. I'm into a very typical and peculiar habit that I don't make any claims actually. I do the work and let my work speak. That's my habit actually. And this habit I have inculcated long back. And I believe this is the best thing in this life, that you never speak, let your work speak. Whether these are your authorial skills, whether it's your authenticity, whether it's your value system, whether it's your power in writing the articles, or whether it's the power in front of the people when you speak, whether in Hindi or in English. So I never made any comment on that one. I say it doesn't matter. Thank you very much for your advice and suggestions. I started channel and then I started working on that one. I was absolutely a novice in technology. But by hit and trial, I learned few things actually in 4.5 months. And when people told me that you are into the current affairs right now, not many takers you'll find. To my surprise, I had not completed even 5 months of the channel, I got more than, you can say, 5,500 subscribers and a lot many views on my programs, which I put in every day rather. And they're being seen in the neighboring countries, in our own country, in other places. So now those people, they say, sir, you have succeeded. And I say, success speaks. It's only success that speaks. Or failure also speaks. Once you have failed, even then you speak. But then, for these two states of the mind, the success and the failure, you need to put in the efforts. You need to work hard. And there is every possibility that if you don't attempt, then you have decided about the failure. That's sure. If you not attempted, it means you accepted that you have failed. But if you attempted, there is every possibility that there can be two options, two outcomes. One is success and one is failure. And nobody tries for a failure. Nobody thinks that he will fail or she will fail. What is important here, once you attempt something with great sincerity, with discipline, with commitment, with great vision, with self-belief, And invariably, I have seen in my life that people do succeed. However, success can be measured in different terms. It can be a low level success or a medium level success or a high level success, but it will be there. Once you have spoken something, once you have done something, once you have attempted something, once you have performed something, it's bound to be acknowledged. Once there is an acknowledgement, even in a small manner, I think that is more than enough. It means you have arrived, you have succeeded. Same thing happened with me when I turned into a journalist. It means, was it easy to create a kind of personal brand? Brand as a journalist, brand as a YouTuber, brand as a person who is doing a lot of creative things, brand as a good faculty, brand as a motivational speaker. I think if you attempt, if you have the self-belief, and if you have the ideal values, value system, I think there is a possibility that you will succeed. Jeff Bezos, what he said, your brand is what other people say about you when you are not in the room. That's very true. What people speak about you when you are not there, that's important. In front of you, not many people will be there who will appreciate you or criticize you. When people speak good in your absence, I think that's the mark. That's the time you have arrived on the scene. That's the beautiful part. When back of you people start speaking about you, it means you have succeeded. It means people have started accepting your visibility on the scene. It means you are on the stage now, rather central stage right now. And that's far more important, I believe. Same thing we are talking today. That it's not just that the goods and services or organizations or companies will be a brand, you yourself also can be a brand. How people's charisma, magic can catapult a company, an organization into something hugely big. Think how people can be a source of inspiration and motivation. How people like Nilekani, or you can say Infosys chiefs, Narayan Murthy, or maybe TCS chief who was there now, Tata chief Chandrasekhar, or maybe GRD Tata, or maybe even Dhirubhai Ambani, Aditya Vikram Birla, Kumar Mangalam Birla, and the people who have done tremendously well. Just some time back, I was talking to a person on phone, and this boy, hardly, I think you can say mid-30s, between 30 and 35, I believe so. And this boy had started just 10, 12 years back. And he started the business with one or two more guys with a capital investment of around 1 lakh rupees, that's all. They were all engineers, fresh graduates, had the dreams, and they had a stupendous journey. Of course, they had put in the hard work, pretty good hard work. They had the big vision and self-belief that they could do it. They had the vision that instead of opting for a job, why not create something, create an entity which will provide the jobs to others, employment. In last 2 or 3 years, I have been witnessing their growth very closely, and their company has been acknowledged in the small category by the Economic Times. Their awards are given every year for the excellence, that best place to work with. They've got more than 200 employees. Their turnover is also around 200 crore. And now this guy is being interviewed on various channels. In 10 or 12 years, a boy who was nothing, or rather 2 or 3 boys who were nothing, they're just like ordinary, you can say, graduates, seeking, you can say, jobs somewhere else, but now they are providing the jobs to hundreds. And their workplace I had visited once, I have found them absolutely enthralling, beautiful, and it's magical. These people become your role models. These people become your motivational brands. The acts do speak, their performance speaks, they don't speak. That's why I insist all the time that let your work speak, let your outcomes speak, let your performance speak. If I do well as faculty, I'll be acknowledged by the people automatically. And I feel blessed that for years and years together, I am speaking to the various kind of people, various types of people from different segments. And good feedback I do receive from them motivates me, inspires me to come out for a better performance next time. I also don't want to become stagnant like a pond water. I want to be like a river water. That yes, I want to flow. Yes, I want to learn. Yes, I want to thrive. And at this age, I feel I'm a student who is aspiring to learn, aspiring to expand, aspiring to do something which I had not attempted before. And that gives me the energy. I think some people are, asking for the links here. I think their link is missing. As soon as my technical person comes, I'll inform him to just provide the link here. Don't worry. So, talking of the personal brand, what exactly is a brand? It can be a name. It can be a term. It can be a design. It can be a symbol. Or it can be something which can distinguish an organization or a product or a service or someone from its rivals in the eyes of the customers. So they can be used in the business, they can be used in the marketing, in advertising, and maybe in the personal life also. Think the people you appreciate most in your lives. Think the people you basically get inspired from. Think who are the people who have made a mark in your life and they motivate you. It can be your brother, it can be your sister, it can be your uncle and aunt, it can be some achiever in the neighborhood, it can be some friend, it can be a teacher, it can be any person. The question arises, what's your attitude? Are you willing to look to the people to get inspired? And the people who provide you inspiration and motivation, they are just around you. Mark my words, they are just around you. But sometimes we overlook them. Why do we overlook them? Ask yourself. I have found many people in my life around me who are worth listening to, who are worth following to. But then at the end of the day, when you get inspired and get motivated, see to it, you become what you are. You try to become what you can do. You don't copy. There are people who copy Shah Rukh Khan on the stage. They'll mimic like him, Amitabh Bachchan or Rajkumar or someone else. And partly they will succeed and get their livelihood and money from it. But at the end of the day, they don't become so-called Anil Kapoor or Shah Rukh Khan or Nana Patekar or Amitabh Bachchan. So uniqueness has to be created by you yourself. It means to excel in the life, you need not copy anyone. You need not, you can say, do the Xeroxing of anyone. Just have a belief that you yourself can do it. Try to find your own strength, your own weaknesses, opportunities, threats. And I can assure you that you will succeed as a brand and people will come and seek your advice, your suggestions. Maybe they will ask you, autograph please. Maybe they will record your interview because you are a hero for them. So your performance in outside world or maybe the inside world, in the family also, can be appreciated. Your kids can become, you can say, the people who appreciate you. You can become a role model for them. Or maybe your friend circle, they can appreciate you very easily because you are doing something, I won't say very significant and very spectacular, but something different you are doing. And doing different in itself is mark of excellence. That shows us, yes, you can do it. And doing itself is a kind of, you can say, putting up the positive efforts, productive efforts, pleasant efforts, and its outcomes are always good. There is no doubt about it. So brand can be anything, a term, a design, a symbol, or you yourself can convert yourself into a good design, into good symbol, into something which people will aspire to become. I think some of the comments are there. Can you send the PP link? PPT link will be given to you very shortly. Don't worry about it. Let the technical hand come and we'll give you that one. There's no doubt about it. So a brand basically can be a product, it can be a service, it can be a concept. It can be publicly distinguished from the other products and services, like many symbols you find outside the market which can be hugely luring. Look at the symbol of Mercedes-Benz, a circle with 3 parts. I think one of the most precious and known symbol in this world. Maybe the BMW also, Toyota, and McDonald's, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, in India Maruti. Lot many companies can have some kind of a symbol or some kind of terms, some kind of, you can say, logos which people aspire. And then what is so special about it? Because they communicate with you. They communicate effectively and efficiently, even without speaking. When you see the 4 circles intertwine to become an Audi, they speak. A Mercedes-Benz symbol do speak to you. Just like when you're driving a car and you come across a traffic light and red, green, yellow lights are there, these lights do speak to you. They convey to you either stop or the pause or go. So these symbols also do speak, and similar way, these people, when they become larger than life due to their efforts, and when they come on the screen, whether you're a sports person, whether you're a movie person, whether you're a distinguished person from the field of art and literature, or whether you're a journalist, whether you are a YouTuber, then you are recognized by the people as a hero. Because you have done something which other people have not been able to do actually. So who are these people who do it? Who are these people who become a brand? Lot of you people, the youngsters, they must be very active in the social media, and they must have found a lot many people, from very young people, 15-year-old, 18-year-old, 20-year-old, 25-year-old, and they're a huge craze on social media. They are being acknowledged on YouTube itself. So people are there on Instagram also, and other, you can say, channels of the social media, and they are as popular. And some of them, I won't name them here, some of them are so popular on the YouTube that even the bigger stars, maybe like Amitabh Bachchan or Shah Rukh Khan and other people, they basically approach them that please record our interview to be put up on your YouTube channel. That's the truth. That's the power of media. That's the power of excellence you have created. That's the power of you. That's the power of you yourself. So who can do wonders? You yourself. Who can create magic? You yourself. And who can create miracles? You yourself. And that's the beautiful part in that. I think I can't hear you properly. Some people are just writing. Let me call my technical hand so that we can do it. So moving ahead now. So we are talking about the brands. Yes, we are getting the feedback. Yes, sound is okay now. Thank you very much. So let's continue now. So I was talking about the personal branding. So branding basically is a process of creating and disseminating the brand name. The branding can be applied to the entire corporate identity as well, to the individual product and service names, and also as a person who can be real brand in that manner, the person who can be converted. Now, coming to some of the things which can really distinguish you from the other people, what those can be. Let's discuss them one by one so that you can have more clarity on this issue. Think of you as a product or a service. How powerful you are. People carry the power. People are powerful. This power is inside them. This power is already there. But this power is not being recognized by the people. What I said, the strength. That you have something very special inside you. And you need to recognize those your special abilities. Like some people can speak very well. Some people can write very well. Some people can perform few things very well. So each one of us has been blessed with something very special by the God. What is that powerful inside you? These powerful things, these blessings, basically create the opportunities for you in the life. They create a visibility for you. How come some of the very young boys you are seeing, 8-year-old, 9-year-old, 10-year-old, and they are playing with the Rubik cube, and then within few seconds they correct it, they set it right. Who are those young boys and girls who you can say participate in the spell check or something in America and other countries, and they come out with the flying colors? Actually, it's the duty of the parents to find out those special abilities in a child, and then they can be nurtured. It is something like what we call sometimes the child prodigies. Like someone is very special in singing, in musical field, or with some other such ability, and they become the wizard at the very young age. It means the DNA was there, the seeds were there of the excellence, but then those seeds have to be identified and then nurtured by the parents, the teachers, and the guides, the mentors, the friends, and then you become the powerful person. Then you become something which is spectacular, which is significant, which is remarkable in the nature. Now this becomes just because you're getting authentic with yourself. Authenticity means what? That you are what you are. You're not trying to imitate anyone. You are pure. You are absolutely, you can say, straightforward. You don't hide things. The authenticity, I think, brings a lot of appreciation and laurels to the people. That's how you make the mark. And then your character, when there is a consistency in that, that your integrity, your character, your performance, your work, your speakership, when it has a consistent, you can say, spree, then you can be recognized, that you can be a source of inspiration and motivation for hundreds and thousands of people around. And once you stand with the same mic in your hand and you start speaking to people, the people get mesmerized, they start clapping for you. That's the beauty. That's the beauty of being authentic. That's the beauty of being powerful. That's the beauty of being consistent in life. This consistency can be very beneficial to the people. It brings the visibility. Visibility which is positive. Visibility which is productive. Visibility which is pleasant to the people around you. And it also brings a joyous feeling to yourself. You yourself feel good. When you're performing something in front of someone, how do you feel? What's your feel factor? Say I am speaking to you people right now. I am giving a talk on the say personal branding. What is my feel factor? Am I feeling happy? Am I feeling joyous? Am I into it? Or I'm just completing a formality? That depends on your attitudinal makeup at that moment and your level of self-esteem. What is self-esteem here? Is a feel good factor. How do you feel? Sometimes we say that now I'm feeling good, I'm feeling bad, I'm not feeling okay, I'm feeling okay. What's that feel factor? What impacts your feel factor? The people around you, environment around you, the weather around you, the talks around you, the people who are delivering around you. So that becomes a visible factor. The feel good factor means self-esteem. How do you feel? I feel elated and joyous when I speak to you people, because I have purpose in my mind. An objective has been given to me by someone and I have to come true on that objective. It means I have to do justice to many people who are listening to me from the various cities. And now a very large number of students are there who are listening to me, and I'm thankful to each one of you. Those who have arrived late or come late, welcome to you all. So I was talking feel good factor. So feel good factor is extremely important. Then how valuable you are. Who will attach the tag to you? Well, it's a $1 million question. Can you attach a price tag to yourself? Is it possible? Yes, it's possible. Yes, it is possible. When I speak to students, then price is immaterial, because here I am speaking to people who are dreamers, the people who are aspiring to be big. And I love to speak to dreamers and students because they are the tomorrow for this country. They are the people who will carry this country on their own shoulders. No doubt about it. But when I do to corporates, or maybe when I'm speaking to some professionals in outside world, at that time, I set my own price tag. Then I say that this is my fee, and if it is agreeable to you people, you can hire me. I'll come and do the justice then. But for students, I never talk these things. When I go to colleges, I never talk these things. Because I feel happy actually. And this happiness doesn't carry a price tag. Happiness cannot be purchased. Your feel good factor cannot be purchased. The joy cannot be purchased. It is very different from other people. Then the value you are attaching to yourself, and that value, sometimes it's necessary that you attach to yourself. It means you need to know what you are. If you know what you are, and you know your value, and if you know your price tag, then you have arrived on the scene. It means then you yourself are a brand. It also means people acknowledge you for what you can deliver. Ultimately, in this world, nobody will make the payment to a non-performer. Nobody will make a payment if a person can't deliver. The people who are not interested, the people who are not positive, the people who are not productive, they cannot attach a price tag to themselves. Not possible. Because the trust what people who deliver, when they evoke it, this is being acknowledged by the people. Yes, this is the person. He can be paid handsomely, and rightly he is asking. He deserves that price. And everything in this world, whether you are buying a product or a service, you have to pay a price for that. Nothing comes free. Yes, nothing comes free except the mother's love for you, except the parents' love for you, and they do it all the time so that you can stand on your own feet, you can become something, you can excel, and that gives them happiness and joy. Every other thing all around the world is nothing but, in simple terms, a business. And when there is a business, when there are terms and symbols and some kind of other things which help you creating yourself as a brand in the market, that time you must ask for your price. There is nothing wrong with that one. We are living in a professional world. In personal world might be the tax are different, but in professional world things are different. So personal branding is extremely important part of the life, and lot many factors, lot many parameters to work in tandem to build your personality, to build you. Well, I hope you are getting the words in clear tone. My voice is now reaching you. Some people are just requesting again, please share the people link. Yes, it will be given to you. Already it has been done, but I think in case if there is some slight problem in the link, it will be provided to you now. Now, let's see what personal branding do to yourself, what it can do, how it can do. It provides a greater control of yourself. Very important part. How people can control themselves. How many people do control themselves? How many people have control on their temperament? How many people have control on their decision making? How many people have the control over building of their own attitude? How many people have the control on their paradigms? How many people have the control on their communication and behavior? Think. Very, very few people. Like communication, how people behave. Not many people look at their body language. I know something about body language. How body speaks and how words to come out from your lips. Invariably, I have seen the words being spoken by the people who are not compatible with their body language. Words say something else, eyes say something else, body says something else. There is no compatibility. Can they be trusted? Now, such people who are manipulative by the nature, such people speak in a manipulative tone, and then their eyes say something else. But then people have the great power to see through people. You can't fool some people all the time. You can fool some people sometime, maybe the first time, second time, not the third time. Ultimately, your authenticity, your delivery system, your performance, your knowledge, your wisdom, it comes into the play. Yes. How long you can hide behind you can say the fake things. How long you can in communication you can say construct the fake sentences. How long you can just speak in a fake language. Sooner or later, truth will catch on you. And the people will be in a position basically to identify between the real you and the fake you. And that itself makes a huge mark as far as your personality is concerned, your personal brand is concerned. That's how you are being trusted or not trusted. That's how people tend to believe you people that yes, you can do something remarkable or something significant in the life. Another good point here is to go ahead of others, or rather managing yourself. One of the most important point as far as personal branding is concerned, how to manage yourself. Lot many people achieve success. Sometimes overnight success. Sometimes they work hard and then they get the success. And then once the success comes to them, then they can't handle it. That's why the one very famous saying in the management world is that it's easy to succeed, but it's difficult to maintain and manage it. Now, not everybody remains humble after the success. Not everybody can claim to be a Sachin Tendulkar, Bharat Ratna Sachin Tendulkar. And with every achievement, he became more humble. I think the very first trait which comes to the people about Sachin Tendulkar is not about his performance. It's just that this man is a very humble man. His humility, his courtesies, his chosen words, and the way he speaks, I think it's what makes the Sachin Tendulkar. And once you are humble, once you know yourself, and then you deliver. And that delivery also becomes when spectacular, and when it gets, you can say, mixed up with so-called your humility, then you are a great product. Then you are one of the greatest brand in this world. Similarly, there are other stars also you must have seen, those who are very humble and we can learn. Like invariably, I give the example of Amitabh Bachchan, that when he comes on some of the popular shows on television channel, and then look at his body language, he's so humble. And he gets respected for his humbleness, for his mannerism, for his body language. There is no sense of, no iota of any kind of arrogance there. And that's how people get mesmerized. That's how people get connected. That's how people find that they are the right role models to follow. And that's how people become the personal brands, the big brands. And then how then they are endorsed by the bigger companies to advertise their products or their services. Be it Sachin, be it Amitabh Bachchan, or be it any other, you can say, the person who has delivered and performed. Be a sports person, be a person from the movies, be a person from the art and the literature, be a person from even politics, or maybe any other, you can, social field, scientific field, maybe some other fields also. So there is a possibility that you can deliver the good things, you can achieve success, but the importance lies in the management of the same. And recently you have had, I won't name again, one of the star comedian on the TV who lost out, who could not manage his success, and then after that he was also in the grip of the some of the addictions. And much later he realized that yes, there was something fundamentally wrong in his behavior, and he mended and he corrected and again came back. So ultimately, if you fail to manage yourself, how can you create a brand inside you then? How can you become a brand then? The brand means that you're doing something remarkable, something which is significant in this life. I do give a lot of motivational lectures at various forums or various platforms. I do speak to people. And incidentally, God has blessed me with both the languages, Hindi and English, both I can speak proficiently, easily. So there's absolutely no problem for me. And some of the people writing, yes, the voice is clear. So thank you very much for your kind words. I'm trying to make the things clear as far as my voice is concerned, vocabulary is concerned, contents are concerned, the context is concerned. So that right kind of message goes to you. And one thing more I would like to convey to you. The management means what? Management is not something like an SSC exam or HSC exam. It's understanding of the life. It's understanding of the concepts of the life. It's the understanding of many things which go around you. It's the understanding of the people around you. It's the understanding of the processes around you. Management doesn't make you genius. Management tries to tell you that use your common sense, use your given wisdom and experience, use your knowledge, keep your mind open, keep your windows open, let the new ideas come in, let the new things flow in, and you be receptive to them as a student. And never say, I'm a master. You have succeeded in that. So management means understanding of the life. The people who do wonders in this world are not genius, are not, you can say, superlatively well qualified. Some of the people who are the very famous dropouts or lesser educated even, comparing to today's educational standards, and they have done wonders. Rather, they used to recruit the people from the high level of institutions. So what makes you different? That means the vision, the self-belief has got nothing to do with your educational standards or qualifications or certificates. This self-belief and vision can create wonders inside you, a magic inside you, a miracle inside you. And that's the beautiful part of your persona, your personal brand. That yes, you can manage yourself. If I can manage myself in my body, in my clothing sense, in my walk, in my posture, in my gesture, in my eye contacts, and there is an honesty and authenticity in me, the people will get connected with me. There is absolutely no doubt there. Some more comments are there. A link, please. Yes, we will provide you in case it will be there for you people. Don't worry about it. Then one other point, that the sense of responsibility and competition. Sense of responsibility is a very, very big word. It's a huge word actually. When I look around, I don't see many people who feel responsible for themselves. If a person is not responsible for himself, how he can be responsible for others? The entire set of change begins from the self. When Mahatma Gandhi was alive, a lady came to him with her son, very young son, and complained to Mahatma that please suggest and advise my son that he eats sugar so much. Please tell him not to eat so much sugar as it is harmful for the body. Mahatma did not say anything. Mahatma asked that lady to come next week or after few days. Well, a lady was probably not happy with the answer, but she went back and came back after few days. And you know what happened? When they reached there, the Mahatma Gandhi then advised that that particular young boy that don't eat more sugar. And when the lady, the mother of that young child, listened to that one, she simply asked, Mahatma ji, you could have said these words last time also. Why did you ask me to come again to you? And he said, till last time I also used to eat more sugar. I never had the moral courage to just advise this boy to eat less sugar. So first thing first, I brought this change in myself that I started eating lesser sugar, and then I started advising the other people. Now I have the moral right to advise and suggest your boy to eat less sugar. So that means the sense of responsibility. More points on the sense of responsibility I'll be taking up, and here we'll be taking a very short break. After the short break, please don't go away. Very soon I am coming back to complete this post, you can say, break session, and I hope you have liked it. In case of any kind of your comments are there, suggestions are there, advice is there, please write down there. And your PPT links will be provided. A lot of people are asking. I do accept. It will be provided. So just see you after a few minutes. Thank you very much.